Welcome to another LifeSpark Theater presentation. Our new feature presentation today is entitled Meet Your Family. May we remind you that all LifeSpark presentations are representative of real people in real life crisis situations, taken from case files that span over 4 decades. Sit back now, relax, and prepare to meet your family. Shannon was once again deep in depression. The loneliness was smothering. The thoughts would not stop, constant nagging thoughts, accusing her of so many things. They always reminded her, day and night, what a waste of life she was, what an absolute miserable failure at everything she does. She glanced at the bloody razor blade lying in the pool of blood that had dripped from her slit wrists. This time, she thought, this time, it will be over. It will finally be over, and the pain won't hurt anymore. Shannon's memories reminded her daily, no, even hourly, how her father continually would rape her, how he would tell her he loved her as he would violate her early in the morning hours. She also was forced to remember, although she tried to push it back deep into her mind, that she would call out for a mother, starting at the age of 5, perhaps even earlier, asking her, crying, whimpering, screaming, to come help her as her father would assault her for hours and hours. Surely, she would think, she can hear my cries. Surely she will come rescue me in the room next to me where she lies. Shannon's memories were cruel memories, relentless memories, as they kept the pain alive every moment of every day of every hour. The emotions would explode, and she would be up and down, anger and rage, without any reason to those around her, including her friends and family. The doctor's medications of the psychiatrist in the mental hospital didn't do a bit of good. It made everything worse. She'd become numb, lethargic, like a person looking out of a deep fog, unable to connect with life around her. A mere human existence at that. Whenever she tried to make a friend, she continually would be bombarded in her mind, thoughts, I dare say even conversations, that she must not trust anyone, that it would only end up just like all the others, end up in more rejection. Deeper and deeper and deeper her heartache and pain would go as these thoughts would continually enslave her, that you cannot trust anyone. She thought to herself, as she watched the blood continue to flow over the tiled floor, we won't be laughed at anymore. Just because we can't recite the assigned poem, can't memorize the assignment and repeat it. I can't even remember my assignment to get it home and do it. No, there will not be any more of this, she thought. So much confusion. She could not stop it. Oh, stop it, 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 she would keep telling herself as the thoughts incessantly bombarded her mind. Yes, this will do it. This will stop it. This will stop it. This is the only way out. The bathroom view began to fade now. Everything became fuzzy. A feeling began to cover her, a calm feeling, almost like what a mother's blanket must feel when she puts it on her child who's cold or who needs to feel warm and secure. Far away as she drifted, she could hear a faint voice saying, Shannon, Shannon, what are you doing in there? Open this door right now. Now the pain, the heartache, finally began to ease, and a parade of those intruders, night and day intruders, those thoughts that kept me captive, began to drift finally. Finally, she thought, I'm going to be free. Shannon had never known acceptance, not even in her neighborhood as a little child. The bullies would mock her. They would laugh at her weight because she ate and ate and ate. She wore glasses as a little child, and they called her Four Eyes. No one wanted to pick her for a team. No one wanted her on their side. And even when they did seem to accept her, they would say, let's play hide and seek, Shannon. You go hide and we'll find you. And she would run hide, and her little heart would be happy and rejoice that finally people like her. Maybe she had some friends, and she'd wait and she'd wait and she'd wait to be discovered, even making noises, only to discover later that her friends had laughed and laughed and left her there for hours. Dr. Sweet folded his hands as he sat down directly across Shannon's parents in the hospital chapel room. There was deep silence. Hello, I am Dr. Sweet. I'm here to tell you that Shannon is heavily sedated at this time. She has lost a great deal of blood, I'm afraid, and she has drifted into a coma. We also found old scars. I don't know whether you're aware of it or not, but she had scars not only on her wrists, but she had them on her thighs and even on her stomach. It seems like your daughter has been mutilating herself for a long, long time. I would like your permission, in fact, sign this consent form, allowing us to get her into some facilities for help on a short-term basis. We're requesting her medical records and any other records that perhaps might be available. I would also ask you to allow, that you would allow us as a hospital to put her in a short-term facility so that we might observe her. She will need to be on the suicide watch. Strangely, the parents never moved, not even a flinch, when the doctor stated her grave condition. Dr. Sweet looked at the father, who never looked once up. Unwashed, unshaven, disheveled, bent over, much like a vagabond, and the stench permeating from his unbathed body was more than he could almost bear. Dr. Sweet looked at the mother, who sat bent over, beaten down, looked like a puppy perhaps that had just been abused. Not one tear from her, not one word from her. The only movement that Dr. Sweet could tell was twisting her ring around and around her finger and looking at her husband the whole time. Finally, Shannon's mother broke the silence. How long will Shannon have to be here? You know, Doctor, she's got responsibilities at home. She can't miss much school. She'll get behind. She struggles now as it is, you know. She just doesn't know how to do the work. Besides that, we need her at home. How long has she got to stay here? Well, Dr. Sweet abruptly got up and walked out the room and excused himself. Went outside the door for a few moments to get his composure as his anger increased at the lack of care and concern for their daughter. When Dr. Sweet returned, he was shocked to find that the parents had disappeared. Dr. Sweet went ahead and began the preparations to keep Shannon under suicide watch, a legal status that would allow the hospital to possibly transfer her into a short-term facility if she gained recovery. Over the next few days, Shannon started to regain some consciousness. She would phase in and out of awareness. But the one thing Shannon remembers after she recovered was there would be late at night times she would awake just briefly, and there would be a man sitting there beside her bed. Not her father. A man in a white coat, just reading. The thoughts then began to return as she gained consciousness. The nagging thoughts, the infiltrators began to bombard her once again. They began to tell her how she was so much a failure, to prove it that she couldn't even kill herself successfully. They're always there, she thought. They're always here to remind me of my failure, of my rejection, of no one wanting me and loving me, of what a mess I've made. Shannon seemed to never be able to escape the inner turmoil, not even in her attempt to die. Dr. Sweet noticed Shannon was somewhat awake. He leaned over and gently touched her hand. "Hi, Shannon," he said. "My name's Dr. Sweet. Why don't you just rest, dear? Just rest for now. And when you feel better, I promise I will help you with those intruding thoughts. You know you don't have to stay on a lot of medication, but for right now, you will need some medication." Shannon wondered, would anyone really care enough to help her? And then she heard the thoughts as he began to drift away from view. Who does he think he is? Jesus? You will never be free. You will never be free. He can't help you. No one can help